Excited to host you this morning. My name's Chris Field, and 9 years ago we had this dream of starting a marathon in Bryan College Station, and it is such a to see what this race has turned into over the last 9 years. So if you guys are joining us for the first time or the 9th time, we just want you to know how much we appreciate you. And when you get to that finish line and you see the faces of all the kids at the end that can't even fit on one street anymore, I hope you'll take some joy in knowing that you've played a part in helping us rescue more than 150 children out of slavery in Ghana, Africa. So you guys get out there today, run hard, dig deep. Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but you get to call yourself a marathon or half marathon. Director Dan McLean and I will be at the finish line to personally greet each one of you, and we can't wait to see you in 13.1 or 26.2. Thank you guys. Have a great race.
This little water station seems really excited. This early in the morning, a little chilly, and they are happy. Watch them go. Number one water station right here, guys. Number one water station. Thank you, guys. Cheers, Mr. Grinch. Woo-hoo! Look at all the lovely people. Water. Okay, guys, we're to mile 4, and there's a huge sign to go left for the half marathon or go straight for the full. Which should we do? Straight? Nah, we're doing the half. If we miss this sign, we're in trouble. I mean, honestly, if you can't read that, you are in trouble. Here we come. We're coming into the finish line. So you guys see what it looks like. There it is. There's the finish line. 13.1 miles is done.
Almost there.
I can't run in as much as I want to.
Konnichiwa.
But we're going to do it.
There you go. Woo! Ohio. 750 coming in. Welcome back, Luis Lopez.
Here we come.
And there's Dan right there finishing his marathon. Joe Jimenez. 66 years young.
Under 4 hours.
Joe's
Nice.
like, let me slow down a little bit.
We did it. It's a downhill too.
Team Sparkle, here she comes. She's doing her own social media update right now. She comes to the finish line. Team Sparkle, that's right, running in honor. Laura Lindsay, running in honor of those fallen. We love it. Nice.
Hi guys. I just wanted to jump on and make a quick little video explaining a little bit of why I did the Baylor Scott White half marathon today. This marathon or half marathon had been on my book since early this year. I had looked at it to add as an extra number, and I was trying to end the year with something crazy like 31 halves or something. Anyways, I'll try to make this short, but it may not be a short video. I apologize in advance if it's long and lengthy or even emotional. So I had this half on my list earlier this year and was tossing it around. It's a Houston, it's not a Houston race. It's a Texas race, close for me to drive, and I was trying to do as many halves as I could. So it's always been on the list. I'm trying to tell you how my last 24 hours went, give you a little background on how I actually came to run this race today and why it means so much to me. So in late April this year, we received some devastating news. I got a phone call from my neighbor Sherry, who is like my second mother, and her family. I've been real close to them for at least 15 years now, ever since I moved to the neighborhood. And we got a phone call saying that something had happened to her youngest son, and it did not look good. So we drove to Temple, where he was at Baylor Scott White in Temple Hospital. And there was an accident that had happened, and unfortunately he did not make it. His wife, Shannon, when she found out that I was wanting to do this half marathon, insisted on basically sponsoring me. Number one, I could not say no, because what an honor it is for me to be able to run for Kevin in his memory for his family. Number one. And number two, nobody has ever wanted to pay for a race for me. So secondly, I'll take that anytime. So when she said she would actually sponsor the race, of course I said yes. This was probably around May-ish. And I was gung-ho. I really wanted to even actually pull a PR off here, to be honest. But as things progressed, I ended up tearing my meniscus in July and needing surgery in my right knee. And I had surgery September 5th of this year. And from the day I had surgery, this race is all that's been on my mind. Are you going to be ready to run or walk, or can you even do it? And there's a marathon that goes on simultaneously with the half, and it's a 6.5 hour time limit. And so in the back of my mind, all I kept thinking is, if I have to crawl this race, I have to finish this race for Kevin. I have to do this. I mean, no matter what state I'm in, I've got to finish this race. That's all I've been thinking about for months now. So, as it's gotten closer, I've been rehabbing, and I felt pretty good, and I was like, I'm doing this. So, my last 24 hours have been totally emotional. I stopped off at Sherry's house before I left Santa Fe yesterday and asked her if she would make contact with Shannon, because I just truly believe that before I put anything out on social media about someone else's child or husband, that I should have their permission first. And so that's what I stopped off for, to ask if it was okay if I, did a video or said why I was out here doing this race in Kevin's honor. And of course they both are like, please, yes, that's fine. So I said okay, and I left town, and I got up here and I drove into Baylor Scott Hospital here in College Station, Texas. It's not the same hospital, but a lot of the same setup. And just driving into the parking lot, it was a very eerie feeling for me. Reliving a lot of memories that just happened a few short months ago. I went in and got my packet, and I went down to the emergency part, and I asked them, I said, do y'all have a wall of heroes? Because Kevin was an organ donor, and after giving consent, his picture was placed on the wall at the hospital in Temple as a hero for being able to save other people's lives. And so I'm assuming that this hospital will be the same. They're sister units, and the ER people seemed like they wasn't sure. Go check with surgery. So I went upstairs to the next floor and asked them, and the lady I talked to said, I don't think we do. I remember years ago us having one, but I don't think they have it anymore. So I sort of wandered around the halls a little bit, didn't ever see anything. I thought it would be cool just to maybe show like a little clip of a video or something of the wall of heroes that they had here, but apparently they didn't have one. So that was a little emotional. Left there, got settled in for the race, and this morning it was cold, windy, and of course my knee's bothering me. And I was like, you know what, we're just going to get up and do this. We're doing it. Kevin's with me. Both Shannon and Sherry had said he was going to be with me every step of the way, and he was. He was with me every step of the way. Physically, mentally, picture-wise, whatever you want to call it. But he was with me, and we did this race today in his honor, in his memory, just to let him and everyone else know he's definitely loved. He is definitely missed. Never be forgotten. One of the kindest, sweetest men I've ever met. Avid hunter, loves people, loved his wife, loved his family. I never heard him say a cross word. Just a good guy, a real, true good guy. And I was honored today and blessed to have him on my back. He may not want to have been there, but he was on my back today, whether he liked it or not. And he and I went through every mile, every step. And when we come across the finish line, I held his picture up and came across that finish line with my hands up. And the announcer even made a little statement about, how I was running for the fallen. And it just really touched my heart. It really did. It was a tough race for me, being that I have not been back to doing halves very long, a week. This is only my second one since surgery. But it meant something to me, and I wanted to do this not only for me or Kevin, but mostly for his family, mostly for the ones that are still here grieving his loss and missing him. I know he's in a better place, and I know he's with us and he's watching over each and every one of us. But the family members are the ones that are still mourning. And if this little bit can give closure or help or even more hope, then that's what I was doing today. So Kevin and I did it.
we got our medal. And this one is going on my wall with the rest of them. More bling bling added to the collection. Half number 79 is complete. All the way from College Station. It's time to head home. Love you guys.